Hi, and welcome to Toastmasters training. Today, we'll cover how you as a chief judge can brief the judges for a Toastmasters table topic speech contest. I'll cover three main duties you have as a chief judge in the briefing. That is to confirm and have the judges certify their eligibility. 2, to describe to the judges their duties. And 3, to go over and complete all the paperwork that the judges will be using. I'll do those 3 steps after I have a quick discussion about contests in general. Every year, Toastmasters International revises the speech contest rulebook that is used for the entire calendar year. If you haven't reviewed the 2013 speech contest rulebook, it would be good to do before your next contest because there are many changes from the year before. Where you can get the rulebook and the 2 forms that we'll be covering today are from Toastmasters International website, toastmasters.org. The 2 forms that we'll be covering in detail today are Form 1170, the Judge's Certification of Eligibility and Code of Ethics, and Form 1180, the Judge's Guide and Ballot for the Table Topics Contest. These forms are free for members from toastmasters.org. You can download them digitally or order hard copies from Toastmasters International. Print enough forms for all of the judges plus some extras and have them ready for the judge's briefing. Now I'll go through the 3 steps you need to cover during the judge's briefing for the Table Topics Contest. The first is judge's eligibility. Judge's eligibility is covered by the Judge's Certification of Eligibility and Code of Ethics form. There's the title of the form that we'll be covering in this briefing now. It has 2 parts, eligibility and code of ethics. You'll want to have the judges read this form, put their name on it, and sign it after you've described the contents to them. Know that for club contests, judges' eligibility is simply that they are a member in good standing of Toastmasters International at any club. At area, division, and district, there are additional requirements of the judges for the Table Topics Contest. Judges must have completed 6 CC speeches, that is 6 speeches from the Competent Communicator Manual, and they must have been a member in good standing of Toastmasters International for the past 6 months. In addition, if it is a division or district contest, the judge may not be a member of any club of any of the competing contestants. You'll need to get a list of the clubs that all of the contestants belong to and read that list of clubs to the judges and make sure that none of them are a member of any of those clubs. Finally, inform the judges that if they judge, they are not eligible to compete in the Table Topics Contest this year, further after judging. If they meet all that criteria, have them review the Judge's Code of Ethics at the bottom of the page, put their name and sign the form. That's part 1, and that covers judge eligibility. Part 2 is to describe the duties of the judges in the speech contest. And while this is not judges training, in the briefing we want to tell the judges that they have 2 main things to think about. Their duty and their responsibility is to pick the top 3 contestants. If there are less than 3, they will of course pick less than 3. If there are 3 or more contestants, each judge must, at the bottom of their ballot, put the names of 3 persons, the top 3 ranked contestants, when the contest is finished. They must break their own ties. They cannot put down 2 names for the same place. They must rank contestants 1st, 2nd, and 3rd and sign their ballot. The second duty of a judge is to be unbiased, to treat every contestant the same. That is part of the Code of Ethics, but it's a good reminder for the judges to cover during the duties. Now we've also covered the forms that they must use. You will give the judges the Judge's Guide and Ballot, And it's a good idea to ask them to write their name on it before the contest begins. They can sign their name at the end after they've filled in the 3 top winners of the contest. But those are the 2 forms that you must have the judges complete to complete the contest. The eligibility form must be done before the contest begins, and the ballot must be used after the contestants have completed their speeches. The judge will rip or tear or cut the ballot from the bottom of the form and turn that in. The judge does not need to turn in the scoring guide. That is the recommended way to judge and score contestants. And there is a description in detail of the sections of the ballot. Again, it is not judges' training. We're not going to teach them about the ballot, but we can review it. After you've certified judges' eligibility and had them sign the form, after you've discussed the guide and ballot and told the judges their duty and had them confirm that they understand how to use the ballot correctly, ask the judges if there are any questions. If you do all that, you'll have a successful judges' briefing for the Toastmasters.